Are you looking for how to rot a tree stump? Well, here is proof that it does not work. All the ways that you see it online about using salt, Epsom salts, Stump Out, Stump Remover, diesel, all those things, bleach, they do not rot stumps. Okay, and here's proof. There's a tree stump right here. It's a maple. The guy cut the tree down. He's tried everything in the book and none of them worked. And it's years later. Okay, here it is. So you can see he drilled a ton of holes in the stump, which takes a long time. And then he put Stump Out on it. And I mean, this thing is still hard as a rock. I mean, usually they say you can rot it and then chip it out later. But I mean, what, 10 years later? It's been several years and this thing is still hard as rock. So Stump Out, Stump Remover, salt, Epsom salts, diesel, bleach, none of that works. It doesn't work. The only thing that really rots a tree stump is nature. The only thing that really rots tree stumps is fungi, okay? So if you cover this tree stump in compost, it would rot. It's still gonna take a couple years probably, but it will rot. That's how nature does it. You go look out in nature, how are those things rotting? Well, there's fungi that are growing and they're decomposing the stump. But here we go, we put Stump Out, bleach, salt, all these things that kill fungi and bacteria and all those things. And it's actually preserving the tree so it lasts longer. So don't use any of those methods to rot a tree stump because they don't work. The one way to rot a tree stump that actually works is probably compost, and it's still going to take a lot of years. So if you want to find ways that actually work at getting rid of your stumps, then check out my website, howtokillatree.com, where I have a list of tons of resources of how to actually get rid of tree stumps. You can do it by hand, you can do it by burning. There's a lot of ways to remove a tree stump. If these were my tree stumps, I would probably come in here, use a burn barrel, and just burn them out. Or dig it around it and then just chop it out with a chainsaw. Or you could always rent a stump grinder. Those are a little bit more expensive, but it gets the job done every time. So I just thought it was interesting to see these tree stumps. I just asked him, he said it's been years and nothing has worked. He said he's tried all those ways I mentioned and they don't work. Here's another one that he used a chainsaw to kind of hash it out. That one's looking a little bit more rotted. But still, even down here where it's like got dirt and mud, it's still hard. I mean, you couldn't chip this out for anything. Here's the third one. Oh look, I chipped a piece. This one's more in the soil and it's rotted out a little more. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I've done tons and tons of research on this stuff, and I've watched tons of videos on YouTube, but no one ever talks about how it doesn't work. They just show you how to do it, but it doesn't work. So don't waste your time. If you want to rot your tree stump, throw some compost on it, or use another method. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.